Hello and happy new day. It's Barbara de Engel again with some positive insight and some tarot card readings for you. Today, I'm going to do a reading to answer two questions. One of them by Sielie, who has some really serious concerns. She's not only wondering how long the lockdown will last, but she's also wondering about how the 5G technology is going to affect humans. So I'm going to tackle her question first, and then after that, I'm going to answer Sean's question. He's written in from the Caribbean, and he's wondering about the deeper meaning of COVID-19 virus. So for Sielie, let's shuffle the cards. Your concern about 5G is something that many people share. I've had many emails and WhatsApp messages and personal messages on Facebook just asking, how do we know how this technology is going to work? And I'm sure everybody's been looking at all the information that's out there, and who knows? Do we know if we're seeing everything in the right light? So I've shuffled the cards, and I'm dividing the cards into 3 packs, and I'm going to just feel which pack has energy. This one's burning my hand. Okay. All right. The first card that I turn over is the Lovers card. And Lovers, whenever Lovers comes up in the tarot, it's a card that says there's a choice, there's a decision, you know. Do we choose the high road? Do we choose the low road? Do we choose this or that or whatever? And the question of whether 5G will affect us depends on the choices that are made, by, not only by the government, but by the people who have to live around these towers. The second card is the Sun card, and that's reversed. So whenever the Sun card appears in a reversed position, it suggests that plans, goals, outcomes are not going to work out the way that people think, because it may seem to be the logical choice, but the Sun always speaks about plans that are ruined, faulty premises, reasoning that hasn't been thought through clearly. So I'm seeing at this point in time that the decisions that people have made may have been made without enough information, and because of that, the outcome card is the Knight of Swords reversed. Now, the Swords cards all speak about using the intellect as a weapon, a knife, to cut away all the illusion and zero in and dig open the truth. But when the Knight of Swords is reversed, it suggests that there's a general atmosphere of overly emotional and overly negative thinking. It could be fear-based, it could be because people haven't done the research, because there's not enough information, because there's a whole lot of dissemination of not only faulty information, but perhaps also a lot of negative information. So looking at this, the cards are suggesting that the decision to go for 5G may have some unexpected consequences. Whether they're going to be easy to deal with or not, that's a good question. So I'm going to allow out another 3 cards. I think we may find that people, communities start to band together and swap information and support each other in some way. And the Nine of Cups here, reversed, suggests that we just all need to be careful. When people band together and they connect out of a shared sense of purpose, be very careful, because these are 2 emotional cards, and the mental card there is also emotional. So it's quite possible people may band together, but not band together because of facts, but because of a huge amount of emotional content and emotional reasoning. So the outcome card here, the Wheel of Fortune, suggests that there may be things that need to change. However, we won't know. I'm thinking that possibly between, where we now, we're in April, May, June, maybe between June and October, we may actually find that more and more information comes out. There's obviously been a lot of stories about Does 5G influence the way that the virus operates, or has it caused the virus? So all of these things is a lot of conjecture happening and not any real truth. So perhaps people will band together. They will ask the government to stop taking such a self-satisfied stance, perhaps, and release more information. But looking at these cards, I think it's going to be quite a battle. So I think that the balance between the people who are interested in the technology and the benefits it can bring to society compared to the people who are fearful of the negative effect, I think it's going to be a battle where both sides are balanced, equally balanced, and they'll jockey around. One will be stronger than the other until there's a time where people can actually establish what the realities are. So how will it affect us, Sielie? The cards aren't saying exactly how, but they're saying that it might be only possible to find many answers when people actually band together to direct the force of their intellect and ability to investigate to find the truth. So I do hope that this gives you some insight and that it assists you in remembering where we are now. You know, right now we are dealing with other more important things. So put that in the back of your mind and wait to see what other research and information comes out. And of course, you know, there's nothing more powerful than citizens who are concerned but have the facts to back up their fears and concerns. So there we go. Now I'm going to tackle Shaun's question. Shaun has asked a very, very deep question. He says, and I have to read it from my notes, do you think that the COVID-19 virus has happened because at some deep subconscious level, humanity has been feeling that there's a need to start living differently? Now, that is just such a profound question. I'm not even sure if my cards can give a clear answer to that, but I'm shuffling the cards several times, and now I'm going to cut the pack into three. 1, 2, 3. And let me see which pack has enough energy. The energy of these two packs is equally balanced, so I'm going to lay the cards out first with these. Okay, this first row here suggests that it may not have been humanity's wish to have this change of focus in exactly this way. And the cards are suggesting that because of the severe limitations and financial implications, the losses and the changes and the separation, because this is money that is lost, and this is painful emotional things, worries, concerns, and senses of separation. So what I'm seeing here is that the after effects of the virus may be what brings people together to actually combine and to deal with the painful issues in a more constructive way, and to come through at the end. However, this card here also symbolizes the fact that the established businesses have a very strong need to try and keep on doing their business the same old way. You know, that's how the economies are balanced. So the cards are suggesting here that some people are not going to be very happy with the way that things will have to change after this. And this could be something that gets people sharing more than just talk and opinions. The other pack that I've turned over is also very interesting. The first card is the Hierophant, or the High Priest, which speaks about the structures in place. It very often symbolizes religious and political and educational structures. So I would surmise that people may find themselves turning back and looking deeper and looking for more spiritual meanings of many things in life, whether it's just to find a higher purpose, to reconnect with the morals and values that they grew up with. But I feel that there will be a more organized movement towards a more sacred and spiritual kind of life. And yeah, it's sometimes, unfortunately, the things that people don't always think about or pursue when life is good. So sometimes we do need a crisis to wake us up to that. So I think the cards are saying, yes, the need to move closer to some kind of spiritual inspiration is very, very important, particularly because of the Ten of Swords here, the center card, which is the card that suggests betrayal and being stabbed in the back. So perhaps people may start looking at how our way of life, the business we've done, everything that people have done has actually betrayed humanity's spiritual purpose. And because of that, there may be a stronger need for people to tap into something spiritual to give their lives more meaning. And because of that, we may find that while there are people who tap into the spiritual side and want to change things for the better, there may also be the other group who would love things to go back to the way they were, because it means that people don't have to make those many sacrifices. So the Five of Wands here suggests that there's bound to be a period of, I could call it debate, but I think a lot of people will have many deep discussions, and these discussions could get a bit noisy, where they discuss the difference between morals and motives and business principles, and where people are wanting things to change so that it's fair to everybody, so that there's no abuse and exploitation of people who are actually doing the hard work to create that system. So I think what lies ahead, it may perhaps have come about just because the outmoded systems have reached the end of their really effective life, or because people are starting to wake up to the fact that there's got to be a deeper meaning. So this is a really brilliant question. Thank you so much for pointing it out to us, Shaun. I know you believe that the universe kind of like will help us to come through if we all do our share. And I think the cards are suggesting exactly that. When people are moving together and sharing a vision, whether it's spiritual or religious or whatever, but the goal has to be well-being for everybody, because only when the goal, the greater goal, is favorable to so many more people than it has been, will we actually be able to move through and find the positive and triumphant outcome that this card suggests we could have. So thank you once again. I hope this has given everybody something to think about. If you have an opinion about these issues, please comment, let me know. Send me an email. My email address is at the end of the video. And above everything, if you have friends who have been talking about things like this, please share these videos, like them, share them, comment. Let's get the message out. Let's spread it further, because there's always something positive that can come out of any situation when people look at it with the right attitude. So have your attitude correct, positive and happy, and have a wonderful day.